Hello, I'm Stefan from Extreme Media. This video gives you a deeper insight into OneGUI, our application for operators getting a dashboard, managing various processing engines like transcoders, quality control tools, ingest tools, file transport tools, workflow tools, and many more. Here I'm connected to our demo system and let me log in as administrator. Brings us to the main screen that shows us all the jobs that have been running in the various systems. Now, at the very top, there is a high-level status view that shows us the number of running, queued, done, failed jobs, or the paused ones. And below, we have the long list of all the jobs running on the various systems. As you can see here, we have different systems connected. So for instance, we could say, I want to see all the jobs that have been running on a transcoder from Harmonic, from Telestream, from Capella. Let's select this as a category. That brings down the long list of 35,000 jobs to this short list of, let's say, around about 25. Within that list of jobs, I can filter for a job name, for instance. So some of them are run by cluster, and for that reason they have cluster in their file name. That's probably because of the watch folder name. It brings us to that list. Now I could say, okay, give me all the jobs that have been completed. Now I've filtered by date. And that brings down the list again to a smaller number of jobs. Additional possibilities for filtering is, for instance, by priority. Now, I want to get information about the job itself. When highlighting one of the jobs, the task list is displayed. And when I select one of the tasks, I'm getting the insight into this actual task property. So this one is about the actual transcoding from a source to a target file format. In case I have errors, the error bar comes up and shows me the error messages. Now let's have a look a little bit behind the scenes. The question is, how can I limit the functionality that is available to an operator by configuration? For that, I will move to the administrator screen. And this very moment, I'm logged in as administrator. The administrator has an email address, it has a password, and he is member of a so-called user group. And the user group defines what information he can see. So for instance, he can see all the fields that are available in the user interface. Here you can see that we have the header information about all the runtime statistics. We also have information about the possibility to see the errors, the machines, the task properties, and the tasks. What does that mean? Per user, we can define, or per group of users, whether they can see the right-hand side data. So we could limit the view to only see the job list, but not the job details. When someone is allowed to see the task list, we can still limit whether he is allowed to see the task properties, so we can hide that window from him. And the same applies to all the information here on the top. Now, on the right mouse click, there's also actions available. Let me select, for instance, some other jobs. Sorry. And we need to remove the filters. That brings us back to the complete list of jobs. Here on the right mouse click, you can see that we can set the priority, we can requeue a job, we can resume it, we can pause it, or we can stop it. And that's also configured here in the back end. So here on the very top, you can see that me as an administrator, I'm allowed to stop a job. But for instance, a different type of operator, he has not that role. So the normal user, called user, is able to see all the details about the running jobs. He can see also the job list and the tasks, but he has no possibility to see the details of the tasks and no possibility to start or stop a job or to change the priority. And potentially a different operator has different rights. That's all managed here. Then in the backend, in addition, we can set filters. That's done per user. The idea is that in the backend, we filter the data that is sent to the front end. That way, we can make a farm of systems to become multi-tenant. Because imagine you have two different customers running on a cloud transcoding farm. You want to expose a user interface to your clients, but obviously client A may not see the data of client B, and client B may not see the data of client A. So you filter the data stream that goes out in the backend. And that's possible here with filters. At the end of the day, these are regular expressions. And typically, we filter by job name, in some cases by system. So imagine you have a transcoding farm for customer A and another transcoding farm for customer B. Then it's easy. We filter by system. But when they all share a platform, then we filter by name. Because we would run all the jobs for client A that are tagged with the client's name, and we simply filter for this name. So something like this. And that should bring only jobs that belong to client A to that user interface of client A. What else? We have the possibility to see log files of the system. No log files in here, nothing has happened. We have the possibility to reset the database. Means we are cleaning the data. It's emptying the data. And we can log out. Here, please let me move back to the front end, because again, we have this Windows menu and we have access to some more information. For some of the systems that we have connected, we have this kind of pop-up dialog that shows us the insides of the farm. And here we will get a runtime information of the job status. We can see all the machines, see all the services that are running on the machines, see the health of that services. We can see the jobs that they are performing, the number, and whether they are successful or not. Unfortunately, in this demo system, I'm currently not connected to a live transcoding system. In addition, we have the possibility to see statistics. What we do here is all the information that we receive from the third-party systems to be displayed in the job view are cached in a database. And with our statistics view, we have the possibility simply to look back in time. So standard view shows us all the jobs per system. So we can see how many jobs have been running on the harmonic transcoding farm, the Signiant, the Capella, and Mock Solutions and Tailorstream farm. We can also say, okay, give me all the jobs that have been running longer than a certain amount of time. So the idea is that we have a tool that gives you also to prove that you have met your SLAs, so that the jobs have been not waiting too long, that you have not too many failures, so jobs that have failed, for instance, that you have reached the throughput commitment, that the number of jobs that you have committed simply have happened. And again, you can have different types of diagrams, so bar diagrams, pie diagrams, and so on. And sorry, I need to select the system first here. Nope. So failed jobs, bar diagram, for instance, shows us a different view. Or I could say I want to revert back in time, get information for a particular point in time. Start time, end time, type of diagram, type of system, and type of statistic view. We can easily add more. Please make contact with us and let us know what you are particularly interested in. Yeah, last but not least, there is the ingest browser. That is the workflow starter. That is again an application that comes up. And what it does, it allows you to search for files on your file system. So, for instance, this one, you can usually play it. Unfortunately, I have not installed the player plugin here. You can set in and out points, and then you start the workflow from there. Oops. So let me do that. And a starting pop-up comes up. I'm now asked to say who's the owner. That's me. There's a description. And from there, I'm starting the processing. This sends the job into the selected, for instance, transcoding farm. And afterwards, you can monitor it with OneGUI. So you have one environment that allows you to start jobs, to monitor jobs, and then also to get the statistics about what has happened in your facility. Yeah, and in general, that's it. Last but not least, there's the logout button. Have many thanks for watching this video. If you are interested in, please make your way to our website, get more information there. Please request a trial or a demo. Let us know your needs. We are very happily looking forward working together with you.